Hello, and welcome to Crossing the Line, a podcast about pushing the boundaries about daily opinions and seeing how far people can take a joke. I am N.
And I am Z. And today's episode today is New Year, New Me. We're going to
Mm-hmm.
start off with our last question. The last episode is like, what were your New Year's resolutions or revolutions or whatever the hell the word is? Uh,
Revolution.
a revolution to our resolutions, or yeah, resolution to our
Yes.
revolutions. There we go. Um,
Yes.
have you guys stuck to them this past year? What are your new ones for this year? We're going to be going over
Oof.
possibly what are the most common ones you hear compared to what are the most like weirdest ones. Like I actually have an idea that I saw of a TikTok I want to go over with. And I'm
Okay.
loving the reactions I'm seeing on this. And yeah, but like okay, we'll start off. So N, did you have any New Year's resolutions or that you were planning for the year of
Hmm.
2023?
So it's hard. Like, I wouldn't consider it like a resolution. It was just because I have this really bad habit of like, well, if I say that I'm gonna do this thing by this time, then I'm like setting myself up for failure because what if I don't do this thing by this time?
Okay, okay.
So I kind of was just like, I just want to make sure that whatever I do, I'm happy, I'm content, and I am not like feeling regretful or remorse for things. I want to make good decisions. I want to be a good person. I want to like I don't know, just be more genuine to myself is basically where what I was getting at. Um but yeah, that was my again, I don't know if I would call it a resolution, but yeah, if you want to call it that's what it was.
In a way, yeah. You set yourself up to where it sounds like you want to, make sure that you're comfortable. You set yourself up for a comfort zone in a way if you want. Um,
Yeah.
just you didn't word it that way. So like, oh, I set myself to be in a comfort zone. You just set yourself up to, hey, what goes happens, type of
Yeah,
deal.
I
It
think
sounds like.
yeah, I think I kind of left it pretty vague on purpose so that there was room for mistake and error.
Okay, okay, that's very good.
What about you?
Uh, I well, my first one originally was well, I don't really think I had one. No, yeah, I really don't think I had one. I think it was just more focusing on my content career type of style or type of
Okay.
deal. Um, this podcast started as a literally as a joke and a side note with me and some coworkers. And look where we are now. We're episode what 18, 2 episodes left of the season. And
Yeah, wow.
we're taking a bunch of feedback and we taking a bunch of info, going to be pushing and
Hmm.
expanding for the next season. Have some new
Amazing.
announcements and that stuff and everything. So this is a push. So technically, yeah, I got a little bit. Um,
Yeah, you're doing great on Twitch too,
yep,
so
starting better on Twitch, getting more active on there, getting better on Kick. Actually
yeah.
getting back into my graphic art that I used to do. I went to college for and
Oh, nice. I
start
didn't
tinkering
know
in
about
that.
that actually.
Yep. Originally, I went to college for graphic design and 3D animation and game design. I was literally going to be my own game developer at one
Wow.
point in time. And unfortunately, things happened where I couldn't afford to go because it was expensive as shit. And since I didn't pay
Oh, I
attention
bet.
great in high school, I wasn't those those 4.0 GPAs. I was more of
Same.
hey, I saw the teachers looking around like who shot the spitball at the blackboard because back when I was a kid, we had chalkboards.
Pitbull.
We didn't have dry erase boards. We had chalkboards.
Oh,
I
okay,
just aged
yeah. You're
myself.
you're I was gonna say
It's like
the aging is happening. You're
I'm over.
aging yourself.
I'm 30 plus years old. Okay, I'm closer to 30 than I am 33. Okay, that
Okay.
should. If you guys know
That narrows it
math,
down
you should
quite a
know.
bit.
Well, if I say 35, people are gonna think, well, he's 34 or 32, and I'm like, no, I'm closer to 30 than 33. Hint, hint.
Yeah,
But
there we go.
like I said, yeah, like I said, we had chalkboards, and I was the type where I didn't give a shit in school because I won.
Okay.
When it came to math and science, I learned that shit easy. I was one of like two students to ever even get to an advanced class in high school for 3D game design, And
Oh,
like I got an A+ in the project. If I could find the flash drive, I know I have it somewhere. I don't know where, but if I could ever find it, unless I deleted it and wiped it, I don't know. But I would bring up my 3D rendering. I had a song by As I Lay Dying called Nothing Left, and I made a music
okay.
video. Uh, and I
Oh,
designed the instruments. I 3D made the instruments, the stage, the animation, everything. I had all year to make it. And
wow.
by the end of the year, so what our semesters are what we start September and we end in June. So we have we have 9 months of school. Yeah, in 9 months
Yeah.
time, I made a whole like 4+ minute music video, 3D animated rendering, and I got an A+ on it. The other guy that was sitting next to me, I think he got like a B in the class. And it's like, I love my computer
Wow.
shit. I have 5, 6 monitors in front of me right now. And I
Yes.
have more, but the TV doesn't fit in the wall, and another USB monitor broke. I'm trying to become
Dang it.
full, like, like secret web FBI shit, black market, black sites, whatever they're called, or dark web. That's what it's called, dark
Yes.
web, and everything. And
Black sites.
I don't
I
know.
think that's something else.
Yeah, no. We're gonna see the orange and black sites show up now too at the intro, the bump,
Yeah.
whatever the
Nice.
fuck it
Good job.
goes. Welcome to Pornhub.
That was close. That was really close. That was a good try.
That just shows I don't all go to that site that often.
Sure.
Wow, that's changed the whole New Year's resolution salute here. Welcome to What have you done?
Damn.
We should ask a pervert, what is your New Year's resolution? Masturbate 40 times in a day. It's like, what?
All right.
Okay. And that was it, folks. Goodbye. No.
All right, guys.
This is a great podcast for the first episode of the year. It just
Oh my God.
Oh Christ. But yeah, no, I hit mine was to do more content and make more content and really push into that. I actually even applied for a gaming testing job just recently, and I'm waiting to hear back. And the company
Oh,
is EA
nice.
Sports, or Epic Electronic Arts, that does EA like Origin in them, for like the Star Wars and Battlefront games and stuff like that. EA brand. I applied,
Wow.
and they're reaching out to me. So
Hell yeah, dude.
hopefully,
Amazing.
if I can get into
Oh,
that,
you got this. You
I'll be
got
a
this.
game tester and shit again.
Yes. Oh my gosh. How exciting.
No, fuck
I'm so
yeah.
excited for you.
Yep. I've had some people complain, saying, well, that might not be a good job. And I go, listen, video games and technology are always going to be here. Like,
I was gonna say like that,
they
like
always
that's just,
will.
and also you're gonna love it.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
why isn't
exactly.
that something that's considered as well?
Exactly.
Like that should be under consideration for real.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, this stuff's always going to be here, whether you like it or not. Like technology, all that stuff is always going to be here. And yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
anyways, yeah, that was mine.
Nice.
Now we'll kind of like swing back because, we kind of went way off topic here. Way to go.
Just a
Way to
little.
go, D. Oh, wait, D, you're not here. Way to go,
You
N.
you can't blame it on D anymore.
But,
That's funny.
okay, so we'll kind of lead into like, what are yours for this upcoming year then?
Okay, so for this upcoming year, I actually do have some goals that I'm glad that I kind of was willing to set forth instead of being like, no, I don't want to set something ahead that I don't know if I'm going to be able to achieve. I just actually like am more willing to set something. Anyways,
Mhm.
I really want to like grow on Twitch because like I started Twitch in April of this year and it's grown in a way that I would have never expected, and I'm so grateful and so like honored and amazed with all the support that I've received, and I'm like very hyped up about it. I'm very excited. I want to push forward. I want to like get maybe like halfway to partner or something. That I know that's like a big accomplishment to kind of reach for, but I think like I figured out how to kind of market things in a way. So I'm being optimistic, and I'd like to grow on Twitch, and I'd like to help others grow with me, grow my community, and yeah, that's That's pretty much it because I'm in this point in my life where I've really achieved a lot of things. I worked really hard for a long time and I've achieved many things that I wanted
Hmm.
to. So now I'm at this point where it's more like I'm putting more effort into these like side project slash hobby type things.
Okay.
And
Okay.
Twitch is that.
That's very cool. Yep. That's like,
Thanks.
that's very cool. Do you have any others, like other thing that's outside of like say content creation or anything? Like any personal growth, personal like relationship style, anything like that? You know, but anything like that. Just curious. I'm not saying like, oh, tell us what you're gonna do, you know, just do you have anything like that, or are you just aiming just for growing your content?
I think like um it's hard because that's when I start thinking like, I don't want to step forward something that I
Hmm.
like that isn't realistic or that I'm not gonna be able to reach, which I already know like Twitch partner is kind of that already. But um I don't know. I guess like I feel like I'm getting to this age where I'd like to make more friends and spend more time with people. I'm doing a lot better socially. I have like really bad social anxiety and I've been
Hmm.
dealing with it for like pretty much my whole life, but I've gotten a lot better at
Okay.
handling it. So I'd like to be more open to spending time with people IRL. It's really easy to talk to people online. I'm very
Oh,
good at
easy.
it.
Oh, easily. I mean, it's like, you know,
But
you're a content creator just like I. It's like we do
mhm,
this for a hobby slash, having
yeah.
fun with it type of deal.
Yeah.
Where it's like we're used to talking to a live audience over Twitch, YouTube, Kick, whatever we
Mhm.
stream a content on. And like even this podcast right now, the people are listening to us. And like we could have recorded this episode the day before it's posted. We could have recorded this episode 6 months ago. Like no
Yeah.
one would know really. And
Yeah.
it's like, we go off our feedback and it's like stuff and everything for all this content. So it's like it's much easier online,
Oh
than
yeah.
face to face. So I definitely get
Yeah.
where you're coming from. Not to cut you off, but I know where you're coming from.
No, yeah, no, and I appreciate that you understand, and it's nice to be able to talk to someone that gets it as well. So yeah, I mean, like, I think now that I feel very comfortable with having like an online presence, I really want to try to branch out more to more in-person relationships with people. And just, keep doing what I've been doing already, spending time with family, doing my therapy, like working my job
Mm-hmm.
and spending time with my online community. I want to just keep doing that. I don't really have anything other than that in this
Okay.
at this time. I also like to I don't like to be like, okay, it's January 1st, it's time to set goals and da da da, or December 31st or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I like to make the goal throughout the year. So like in April, I might come up with this and like I don't think I think it's really hard to set something down at such a like specific point in time. I think it's okay to like have a lot of flexibility.
That's perfectly fine too. That's very well perfectly fine because it's you're taking it as you go. Because that could be one thing too. Like I'll be like I'm kind of leading into mine. Like mine is I am a huge introvert. Like my like I guess you could say like if I had to call it as like my perfect day would be to get up, make some breakfast, lunch or dinner depending what time I wake up, go straight to my computer, park my ass in front of my computer or TV and watch my shows, watch some movies, play some video games, work on my content, work on my graphic art and stuff and everything, work on stuff like that, and then,
Hmm.
go to bed. Like, if I don't have to go outside to go be around anybody, fine. I don't wanna.
Hmm.
I just don't. For one, I have zero tolerance for idiots. I have
Yep.
absolutely zero tolerance for that shit.
Yep.
If you're gonna be an idiot, I'm gonna treat you like an idiot. I'm sorry there, ladies and gentlemen, but holy
Yep.
crap.
I
um,
don't blame you, dude.
two,
It's
everything's
it's crazy.
that's like well, no, trust me. I
You're like,
just
that's a whole nother topic.
that's a whole another topic. I mean, we talked about I think the Thanksgiving episode where I got into it. I don't know if actually I mentioned I got into an argument with a woman and her three kids at a food store a couple days before Thanksgiving. and that like how
Oh.
they were like acting and stuff.
Oh,
And it's like,
yes,
oh
I
my
do
God.
recall.
Okay, yeah, I want
I
to
do
make sure.
recall.
And it's like, oh my God, like I'm just not even outside. I just went to the store for 10 minutes and I'm running into
That's all
this.
it took.
And I'm like, this is why I lose faith in humanity. As I say,
Yep.
if we remove the warning labels off of everything for 48 hours, we're going to lose about 90% of the United States and the world. And together, we're going to lose like 90% of everybody and just done. And it's be like, hey, problem solved. But, anyways, I like, for me, it's like this year, I want to be more social going, like just like it's like I want to be out, be able to go out
Okay.
more a little bit. But the other thing that holds you back is everything is so expensive. Like I used to
Yeah.
go to the bars and drink. I spent tons of money going to
Hmm.
bars and clubs and all this for drinking. I mean, I've ended up in different cities, for God's sake. I've ended up in a different state at one point. And it's like, wow. But the thing is, the shit's so expensive. To go get a
Yeah.
shot of, say, whiskey, that's like $10 depending on where you go. Where I
Oh
can
my
go
God,
spend
yep.
$20 and get the bottle at home, and I can take 40 to 50 shots out of that one bottle for $20.
Yep.
It's like I'd rather do that at home. You go to get food, you go to McDonald's now. When I was in high school for $2, I'm back in my day.
I
When
was
I
gonna say you're doing it again.
back in high school, there was a thing called a McGangbang. And what that was is you got to hear me out. It was called a
Okay.
McGangbang. You went to McDonald's and you would say, I want to order a McGangbang. The people usually laughed, or sometimes they'd say, well, what is that? And that is a McChicken and a McDouble. You would take the McDouble, once you get
Hmm.
it, you take the McDouble, you open it to where there's a meat patty on each side. You take the McChicken
Okay.
as it is, place it in between those meats, and now you have like a 5-layer sandwich. It's like bun,
Wow.
condiments, cheese, meat, bun, lettuce, mayonnaise, whatever it is, chicken, bun, uh,
Okay.
cheese, beef patty, bun. And like it's a thick sandwich. And it only cost you $2.11. That was with our state tax.
Wow. Yep.
So if you had $3, you had a good sandwich to have at lunch at school. Now you go to McDonald's and you order a McDouble, that's $4. You order a
Oh yeah.
McChicken, that's
Easily.
$3. I'm like, for $2.11, you could have one big sandwich. I
Yeah.
went, well, I mentioned before this podcast recording, I went to Burger King to get food because I was too lazy to cook my stuff today. And it's like,
Hmm.
okay, they're not there. But I went the other day. I'm like, screw it. I'm going to get a Bacon King, I think it's called. $9 for a sandwich.
Wow.
And I'm
Yep.
like, what the
Yep.
hell? Like, I don't want to pay $9 for the sandwich. And that was with a coupon.
Yeah.
And it's like, the sandwich is normally like
Crazy.
$12, $13. I'm like, I don't want to go to a fast food
Crazy.
and, that dollar menu is a $30 menu. Like, shit's too
Yep.
expensive
There's
for
no
the
such
price of
thing
living.
as a dollar menu anymore.
There's
Like
not. Even the
it's
dollar store
crazy.
now, it's no longer the dollar store, it's a dollar quarter store.
Yeah.
I'm
Yep.
like, oh my God, people. Like, I get people are
Yep.
trying to raise the wage, but they don't realize that raising the wage makes product then go up, or you lose hours. I had a buddy of mine
Yep.
that used to brag that he worked at a store I used to work at where he was getting paid $15 an hour. And I asked him, well, how many hours a week are you getting? He said 4. I'm
Oh
like,
my
well, what were
God.
you making before? He's like, well, I was getting like 10 an hour. I'm like, okay, and how many hours? 40. But it's like, but
Jesus
I'm making 15
Christ.
an hour. And I'm like, at 4 hours? So you're making $60 a week compared to 10 times 40, 400 a week?
Oh
You
my
realize
God.
you are losing money. And he goes, well, during the holiday times, where we're getting 40 hours. I'm like, yeah, for what, 2, 3 weeks?
Yeah.
And then you're
Right.
back to bupkis? Like, that's not worth it to me.
No. Fuck
It's
no.
like where I am now, I make a really good wage. I make 40-hour weeks as long as we have work.
Yeah.
And, we're fine. And then when it comes summertime, I take advantage because they give us double time weekends and they have unlimited
Hell yeah.
overtime. I had to cheat the system where I can go to other managers and say, hey, I'm going to work on your shift for this amount of hours. I'm going to work on your shift for this amount of hours. I'm going to work on your shift for this amount of hours. Where I'm getting 12 plus hours on a Saturday or Friday night into Saturday, or even a possible Sunday if I really wanted to. I haven't done it this past year, but I might this year. It's double time.
Yeah.
That's like, not, I'm just going to throw out a number. It's not my wage, but it's like I'm making almost $70 an hour at that point. It's
Yeah.
like, shit. Fuck yeah. Heck
Yeah.
yeah. But, that's like I said, I'm overpriced what I make, but, 'cause it's not no one's business. But, anyways,
No, of course
like I
not.
said, shit's too expensive. But it's like this time now, I'm like, all right, I know I'm focusing on my content. And that's one of my resolutions is to make more content. I need to set a stream or a schedule for streaming. I need to be more
Oh,
socially
it's so hard to do
active.
that.
I,
It's so hard to
I
set a
did have
schedule.
one. I did have one at the beginning of the year. I streamed 3 days a week, and it was, or no, 4 days a week. I did Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. And
Wow.
I used to do that, yeah, 4 days a week. I'm going to probably try to get back into that if I can. And then go from there. We'll see. But hey, if I get the new job I'm looking at applying for, and I applied for and hopefully hear about, where if I'm going to be working from home as soon as I'm done with that job, boom, I can go right in the stream and making content.
Yep. There you go.
But yeah, more social. I guess another one that's kind of more of a personal. I'm actually looking to possibly settle down. Not marriage. I ain't gonna look for
Okay.
marriage, or anything on that shit. But something to where I can physically settle down and get. It's boring being alone.
Yeah, no, I
But,
hear you. I do.
Kind of, like, as I'm not doing that gym shit. I'm sorry. I know I got a beer
Fuck
belly.
no.
I'll be honest. I know I'm a little tubby little tub of lard guy, but
Oh, shut up.
it's
God.
like, but it's like, I can lift over
Tubby,
350
tubby,
pounds.
lard.
Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. It's like I said, I got a beer gut. I drank a lot, but yet I can walk up to like a thing at work, as there was actually some coworkers of ours. We had to move a thing called this powdered barrel. Not going to say what it is, but this barrel can weigh up to 300 pounds, if not more. And two of them tried
snap.
pushing it. It's not budging. One was able to pick it up. He struggled a bit. I picked it up and I walked off with it. And it was like 300 plus pounds.
Hell
So
yeah.
like I got the upper body and the legs. I just got a beer gut to go with it. So, and as I say to all you party animals, why party with a six pack when you can have a keg, ba-bong and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, there you go.
That's how I see it. It's like I ain't doing that gym shit because it don't work anyways for me. I mean, I can, like I said, I can fucking lift over 300. I don't need to go to a gym and sit there and go, and then like, oh, I just shit on the equipment. But, and I wish you guys could see my reaction as I said that. For some reason, I looked over my right shoulder and looked at my mini fridge as I said that. But,
Oh my god.
like I said, I'm gonna, like I said, more social, work on more content, and hopefully get that new job, look for a new career, hopefully look to settle down, and
Nice.
hopefully get a new house. I'm remodeling the house I'm in now. I've been
Ooh.
remodeling for a while. And,
Amazing.
I want to turn it around and sell this one, and hopefully
Hell
buy
yeah.
a new updated one. And
That is amazing.
I hope I can. I doubt it, but I'm hoping. But
Stay
yeah.
hopeful. That's really
Oh,
all you
yeah.
can do right now,
Oh yeah. Oh god, yeah. But yeah, like I said, that's my
Amazing.
that's my goals. Now
I love it. I
now-
love your goals.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome.
Now, of course, if we talk about I thought I just sneezed. Apparently not. I'm a liar. I'm a horrible liar. Sorry, to sneeze for a split second. So like another thing though too, now we mentioned in this podcast, not to kind of overtake this whole podcast episode, I apologize.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Fine, what do you want to go into next? I'll sit here. Give me my water, damn it. Take a
No, what? Go ahead.
sip. I know we talked about like as one of the questions was like other people's resolutions and common ones. And as we mentioned, like in almost everyone's list is I'm gonna go to the gym
Yeah.
for 2 weeks, maybe a month.
Yeah.
And now
And
you
then
magically
it's-
don't have time.
Yeah. Right?
I'm gonna write a book.
Surprise.
You wrote 2 paragraphs.
Listen, I'm assuming these people really feel like they're gonna do it, right? Like
Mhm.
they really feel that it's gonna happen. And you know what? If they make it happen, great. And if they don't,
Mhm.
that's fine too.
Yep.
But I think let me start over. What I don't appreciate words. What I don't appreciate is when people like try to shove it down other people's throats like, "Oh, I made a New Year's resolution and I'm going to be doing this. What about you? What are you going to do?" And it's like, "Dude, leave me alone.
Mhm.
I'll do what I want."
Mhm.
And like even if I don't have something, that's okay too.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
let it be okay.
Yep. Actually, that's really ironic. So there's some people in another Discord that we're talking to. We've been playing this game called Farming Simulator 22 as of lately. And it's really
Oh.
funny with how some of these simulation games, like Lawn Mowing Simulator, Power Wash Simulator, these are games that, like, things or activities people do not want to do in real life, but yet us
Yeah.
gaming nerds will sit down and play
Oh my
these games
god.
for hours. Like, I
Yep.
lost track of time in farming. I think I spent 12 hours the other day, not realizing, like,
Oh
I got
my
up, I got on at
gosh.
like 8 p.m. I'm playing and I looked around, it's 8 a.m. And I'm like,
Wow.
what? Like,
That's
I
yeah.
never got up. I gotta pee. Uh-oh. I just like ran, it's like, oh
Oh
shit.
my god.
But um I completely forgot where I was going with this.
The people that you were talking to,
Oh
maybe
yeah, yeah,
you
yes,
were
yes.
saying something. Yeah.
We were talking about stuff like that, like how things are getting pushed down other people's throats. And that's another one, is other people's resolutions. And
Yeah.
especially their opinions on it. It's like, oh, I know you're not gonna do that. It's like, fuck you. It's like, oh,
Yeah, like
mine's
who are
better than
you to
yours.
say that? Like, if I truly believe in myself and I want to at least have this moment to like stay believing, just let it be.
I have an idea. I have an idea to counteract these assholes.
Okay, I'm
You're
listening.
gonna make this is gonna come from another person's Discord.
Okay.
They did a Christmas event called Secret Santa where everybody made an Amazon wish list, and then they gave it to the owner of the server, and they picked a name, and they just picked two people or whatever it is, and they just they picked someone to have, like, there's like, you're gonna, like, for example, like if you and D were together for a list, so you each got each other's Amazon's wish list, you were given
Mhm.
each other's Amazon wish list, and you have to buy something off their list, only one item, can't go over $20, but you bought one item and you sent it to that person. So, well,
Mhm.
that person made a list of a real wish list and then a very joking wish list. And I gave this
Okay.
person a lot of shit for her wish list because it was a lot of sexual items.
Okay.
And I was losing my shit when I saw this wish list. Like, I was crying. I was laughing so hard. And the first response when I saw like 3 items, I said, this explains a fucking lot. And she goes, what the hell does that mean? I go, look at the first 3 things. And it's stuff about butt play. And I go, no
All
wonder
right.
it's like, no wonder you're always stuck up. There's so much shit wedged up your ass. You'll
Oh
never
my
get out of
god.
there.
Damn.
And
That's a
so
good one.
this is what you can relate to that, to the New Year's resolutions, is you make a real list and then you make a fake list. And so when someone gives you a really
Okay, I
high end
see.
one and they're being like all dickish and prickish, you give them that
Yeah.
fake one. So like a fake one could be in a casting couch, or run naked through a football field,
Yeah.
or take a shit on someone's flower bed, or
Okay, I was
you
wondering where that was gonna go. All right.
I know, I'm just thinking of random stuff. Punch an elderly lady crossing a street. Like, you
Oh,
can
my
make a
favorite.
you can make a
My
very
favorite
messed up
pastime.
resolution. So when they look at you, they're not gonna say, man, yours aren't good anymore. They're gonna be like, why the hell do I talk to you? So like,
So they'll just leave you
yeah,
alone.
exactly. They're gonna be. It's like,
Yes.
you can say, like, I want to punch a dick in the face, and it's like, if
A
they
dick
see
in the
that,
face. Nice.
or okay, I want to punch someone in the face, like someone that's a prick in the face, and they can be like,
Oh, a dick, like a
yeah,
person.
yeah, yep.
Got it.
And you
I
can
thought
look
you
at them
meant
and
like,
just go, when they see that list, they can just look. You can look at them and say, just so you know, you're being a dick right now, and that's when
uh-oh.
they're gonna be like, oh, uh oh, and that's all you gotta do is just ball up your fist and get ready and watch them run,
Oh my god.
because they don't know.
They
Only
don't
you will
know.
know. That
Yep.
real list, I mean, you could have it set aside to where it could be something very nice. Like, there is someone I've known where, and this sounds kind of bad. Not sounds bad. It sounds, I don't know how to word it. Like, not like bad is
Okay.
going like, oh my god, bad. It's just more of like, I feel bad for her. One of hers
Mm.
was is to have a romantic date, and
Aw.
it's like, I'm like, oh, I feel kind of bad. It's like, the kind of context behind that is she's very antisocial. Like,
Okay.
very. Like, you could send her a
Okay.
text and you won't hear from her until it's like the first of the month. And then,
Okay.
like, you could send a
Aw.
1,000 texts in between, and like, you're not going to hear anything until the first of the month. And it's like,
Okay.
huh, okay. It's okay. I get it. It's sad, but
Yeah.
okay. But, you know, if she ever gets that, more props to her. And from what I've known her for a handful of years, is she still has it every year. And it's like, you could have something that's very personal for yourself.
Yeah.
Compared to like I said, going into Walmart and walking up to someone and go, "Hey, do you know where the bathroom is?" As you let out a rip roaring wet fart,
Oh
and
my
then run out of the
God.
store going, "It's too late," you know. And yeah, I mean that'd be funnier than
Stop.
hell, and that'd be a check off the good old New Year's resolution list.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, so you can make a real list and keep that to yourself and only share it to the people you trust, except as
Mhm.
people on the podcast, because unfortunately, too late. Or you can share it,
Oops.
or you can make that fake list that you know that people are going to judge you for, or judge
Mhm.
they're going to judge you for your real list. So you can make that one fake one, and you know
Mhm.
you could put something like, what's another one? Uh, my resolution. Like you can have someone put a resolution saying like I'm done putting iPhones up my ass. I'm just looking over my desk right now, and I just found my
Okay.
old iPhone that it's not really an iPhone. It's a glorified iPod that I bought at Target for $25. But it's like, you know, I'm just, like I said, looking over my, I don't do this shit for real people. I don't know why I have to like
Okay.
express myself, why I have to defend myself. Oh, I'm just digging that hole deeper now.
Oh my
Your
God.
turn.
Enough. Enough. Enough.
Your turn.
Oh
Oh,
fuck. Um, I forgot what the question was.
what are like some common ones or stuff like that?
Oh yeah. So, I mean, we already said the gym. Um, let's see what else. Common resolutions. Hmm. I'm actually having a hard time. Um, maybe like eating healthier. Yeah, that one for sure.
No, see, but that one's hard.
Why is that one hard? I'm telling you that's a common resolution.
That is true though, but that one is a hard one. We know it's never going to happen. Because if you think about it, everything that's healthy for you tastes like shit. Everything that's
I
bad for
mean,
you tastes amazing.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, don't get me
Not
wrong.
always, but
Right. It's
yeah.
like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Having that nice salad, that crisp salad from like Olive Garden, that's
Yeah,
delicious.
when okay, salads are great when there's a bunch of shit on it. Like,
Yeah.
don't get me
But
wrong.
if it's just
I love
lettuce,
me a good salad.
if it's just lettuce, that's not a salad.
It's gotta
That's
have croutons, it's gotta have cheese, it's gotta have like avocado and like a bunch of
mm-hmm.
other shit.
Gotta have
Yeah.
ranch, gotta have bacon bits, gotta have a
Ooh, bacon,
burger.
yep.
You know, put that salad into a burger, you know. Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
technically you are
That
having a salad in every burger. If you have that stuff on your burger, you're just adding meat and bread. There you go.
right, right.
$1 million idea. Instead of
You are
bread,
so smart. Wow.
$1 million idea. Instead of bread, change the bread to a big circular disc of a crouton. God, that's gonna
Oh,
hurt during a bite though. That's gonna be such a crunch. But
yeah.
then you
I
put that
think
meat patty and you, mm,
maybe the crouton isn't as crunchy. It's like slightly soft. It's like a
okay,
homemade
okay,
crouton, you know?
okay. Water it down. Sprinkle some water. Okay.
Yeah, well, no, I'm not that.
It's not greasy. It's just moist.
Okay.
Well, normally burgers buns are greasy, you know, and
Yeah,
we're
they can
okay.
be.
It's like, you
Yeah.
know, a crouton can't be greasy. You just got to take a water bottle, you know, or a water can or whatever, garden hose, you know,
A
just spritz.
watering can.
Yeah, just spritz onto it, whatever. It's like, here's your salad on a
Yeah.
crouton, sir. And just take this big ass flower
Yeah.
watering can and just like fucking dump it on. Like, tell me when, sir.
Oh
I
my
see the
God.
crouton crumble and break.
Yep. Sounds about right. All right. What's another? Let's
Um,
get back on track here, buddy. What is another common resolution?
normally I hear a lot of people say is get a pet. At least in my area, I hear people say
Oh,
get a
yeah.
pet. They want to get a dog or a cat and like, you know, exercise with them instead of going to a gym. But they also have
Okay,
a
yeah.
companion and they're not alone, you know, as much. So
Okay, yeah.
that's an interesting one, I'll say.
I
A
think
common one.
people will make that happen. Unless it's like unless you're a child. Like if
Hmm.
you're a child making a resolution or someone that like cannot make those decisions by themselves, I would say like most people will get that one done like right away.
Yep, yep, yep.
Because I'm kind of already there and I'm like I already know like in June I'm gonna get another pet. It's either gonna be a Sphinx cat or a puppy.
Oh,
And I
okay.
just don't know. Because in June my students will be off and I'll have like a couple months to like train this new pet and
Okay.
things should be good by the time I get back
That's
to
gonna be very
school.
cool. That's gonna be very cool. That'd be
I
very
just don't
cool.
know yet. It could be a
Oh,
cat, or it could be a
yeah.
dog.
Take your time, and whichever you fall in love with, it's one that you want right then and there.
Yep.
Oh, it's like I know how that felt when I originally had so I had 3 cats where I live now. I had
Okay.
I got them. They basically came with the house when I moved here,
Oh,
and
really?
as time went on, before then I had 3 cats when I was at an apartment complex,
Mm-hmm.
and unfortunately they're gone. Long
Oh,
story, but I met these 2 cats at the Humane Society, and they were
okay.
sisters, and I
Oh,
instantly fell in love. They're orange tabby cats. One I named Paps. She was a little bitch to me, a very skinny little bitch. And the other one
okay.
was called Ursula or Urza. Originally, I was calling her Urza from the fairy tale anime, but somehow it turned into Ursula because she was really fat and very
Okay.
annoying, just from like the Little Mermaid, the squid lady from Little Mermaid.
Yes.
But that cat loved me to the point to where instead of going meow, it was 10 minutes later as it running up to me, and you'd see as her belly just fucking wobbling back and forth. And I'd be like, my
Oh,
little baby, and I'd pick her up, and that's how, and she'd be instant
oh,
purring. And then I'd had to lay on the couch, and she would
cute.
lay on my chest, and I'd always give her the rubs and back rubs and belly rubs, and
Mm.
she'd sleep and blah blah blah. I love that cat. The other one though, I'd be laying there, and that skinny cat would walk up to me and just stare at me, and I'd just be looking at her. I'm like, "You swat, I'm kicking you." And then I just see her put that one paw up, and she just put up ever so slightly, and she'd just do enough for her claws would come out. I'm like, I'm gonna
Oh,
fucking
yep.
kick you.
Yep.
Do it. Do it. Make my day. Then she'd swat and run, and I'd be
Stop.
like, "You little bitch!" And then I go running to the apartment chasing her.
Oh my
And
God.
I ended up getting a third cat. I had a black. I can't remember what type she was, but her name was called Mira, and
Oh, it's a sweet name.
very delicate cat, very gentle cat.
Okay.
Um, Scared the hell out of you at night if you're sleeping. Because
Okay.
it was more like she's black, like long fur black. Didn't shed,
Okay,
but
yeah.
long fur black. It's
Oh, like
dark in the
me.
room. Like it's dark.
Yeah.
And the other 2 cats at night, Paps was fine. She'd pat me on the shoulder and like, okay, fine. I gave her a little bit of pillow. She would lay next to my head. Ursula would
Mm.
just snuggle up next to my legs. While Mira likes sleeping under blankets. And
Mm.
I had to put a special blanket because I learned at night one night, the first night I had her, when she went under my set of blankets, my
Mm-hmm.
foot apparently was in her territory.
Oh.
I
Oh
woke up to
no.
claws into my leg and it
Ouchies.
hurt. Yeah, it hurt.
Yeah,
So
it
I
does.
learned I had to get a little blanket and put it on top of my comforter to where if she were to claw, she would claw the blanket and not me. And but the thing
Oh.
is, normally a cat or dogs I've had in the past, they're not right there in your face. She
Yeah, right.
was. Like she
Mm.
knew where your eyes were. And you'd wake up and like, say like look at the tip of your nose. Like right now, if you're trying to cross eye and look down at your nose, and then you look a little bit up and see the bridge of your nose, that was her face. Right there.
Oh,
And as soon as you wake up,
cute.
she would lick right on that bridge of your nose, which of course would scare the shit out of you.
Oh
And you
yeah,
would hear me go,
right.
whoa! And then she'd just be like, meow. I'm like, oh, you little son of, get under the fucking blanket. And then she'd go
Oh.
under and I hear her purring for a bit. And of course, I woke up Ursula, or not Ursula, I woke up Paps behind me. So Paps, I was hearing that, and I'm like, I'll fucking throw you. And little Ursula just got a little grunt and then she moved aside. And I'm just like, all right, you little heifer. Like, holy shit. So I
Oh
was
my
laying
God.
zigzag between 3 cats. So, and they were good little
Oh.
kitties. I miss them. But
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I
Do you have
said,
any pets right now?
currently no. My last
Okay.
one, she did pass away. Was it a year ago? Yeah, it wasn't this past April. I think it was last April 20th. She had to be
Okay.
put down because she could not stand and
Oh,
walk anymore. And
oh, poor baby.
yeah, I miss her. I miss her a
Sorry.
lot. No, it's fine. I thought about getting a new one, right
Yeah.
away, because like it's really quiet in my house. Like
Oh,
I'm used to hearing
yeah.
the clip, 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 clap, clap, claps, and the grunts and the barks.
Oh,
So
stop.
I know you know shit, but no, it's
Oh.
I've thought about getting new ones, but the thing is,
Yeah.
I don't think I want a small dog anymore. I want a
Okay.
big dog. So,
Oh, I love big dogs too. Yeah.
well, I'm talking like big. Like I want a Mastiff. I want a Great
Okay.
Dane. I want something to where
Oh,
if I
okay.
piss it off, I gotta fight for my life. Like I want something
Okay, yeah.
big because
Yeah, okay.
that's part of my aunt's fault. She had a white purebred German Shepherd, and when on his back legs, this
Oh,
dog stood over 7.5 feet tall when he was on his back
damn.
legs. And
Damn.
a neighbor learned the hard way that if anything were to mess with us as a kid, when I was a kid, my aunt lived with my mom and me for a bit after her divorce.
Mm-hmm.
She like this neighbor walked by and he had a pit bull. And I'm not knocking
Oh,
pit bulls. I'm not knocking them. You know, I'm
yeah.
just saying it's more of, you know, hey, it's how you raise your dogs is how they are. Well,
Yes.
with him, he learned because that dog got off the leash and ran to me. Well, that dog
Oh,
ran through the screen door my mom had set up at the duplex we lived in and was in between me and that pit bull. And I mean,
oh
he's
my God.
big and he stared down. That pit bull instantly dropped on his side, belly shone, and that German Shepherd let
Oh,
out a loud growl and a bark. That pit bull did not move. And the guy's like, "All
oh,
right, we know that this dog, you're protected. This kid's protected." My mom's
yeah.
thinking in the background, my aunt's thinking, and I didn't think of this till, you know, I now that I'm older, is like, was this
Yeah.
guy gonna let this dog attack me?
Yeah,
Like, you know,
right?
this my aunt's dog just saved my life. And it's
Yeah,
like,
that's
holy shit.
interesting. He
But
was like just ready, like ready to whatever happens, we'll see.
yeah, I mean, he broke through the screen door. Like he broke through it.
Yeah,
Like not the
that's
screen, like the
crazy.
frame of the door. I remember it was broke. Like it was broke. He bent
Oh
it, he
my
smashed it, he got
God.
through. And he just stood there. I remember
Wow.
hearing a loud smash, and I could still picture him standing between me and this pit bull that's laying on his side, ears back, and he's like, "I'm not fucking moving." And
Oh
it's
my
like, you know, and this
God.
German Shepherd's just his hair on his back is up, his tail is straight down, his ears are back, and he's just growl. I mean, it was a deep growl, but yet he still acted like a puppy. He thought he was a lap
Oh,
dog. That's like I said, like I want a big dog to where if I were to, you know, if I had a dog like that, I pull his tail, I know, run for my life. So I'm sitting there going, shit, 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 shit. And that's the last thing you're ever going to hear from me. But, that's part of the reason I want a big dog. One, not just for protection, because I really don't need it, but it's more of, you know, they're funny, they're interactive, they're
yeah,
cute. You
they
know,
are.
I've seen a shit ton of TikToks where people have, you know, those big dogs that have the zoomies and they'll jump on the couch and the couch flips backwards. Or they
Yeah.
go running through the house and they're knocking everything over as they're running for their lives because apparently their feet are just not gripping that carpet or flooring tight enough. And oh god, they're just so funny. They're just so amusing.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I said, I don't mean to keep ranting on, but yeah.
Oh, I loved it. If, you could talk about animals all day long, and I will not stop you.
I'm down for that. Like, I'm always down for conversation of like, you know, whether pets I've had, pets I've owned, pets I've known. Like I'm always for that. Like one more real quick I'll kind of mention with is my aunt that had dogs. She's how do I explain it? She's like Moses is to the Ark and animals. She's like that to all pets. Like the farm
Okay.
cats in my house that when they were still around, they were still alive. There was one
Hmm.
cat, it would take you hours to get her to go near you. My aunt
Oh,
comes
really?
over once. She runs right to my aunt and gets picked up.
Oh.
And I'm like, what the fuck? I spent years getting this cat's like a trust. And you the first time you show up and it's meow and just like goes trotting to you like, oh hi. I'm
Oh.
like, damn. You know, it's like
Yep.
all pets and animals, they flock to her like, you know, the animals to the Noah's Ark or whatever the hell people want to call it or whatever. You know, flies or mosquitoes to a zapper, bug zapper, or moth to a flame, you know, whatever.
There you go. Moth to a flame. That's a
But
good one.
she had a horse. His name was Ibn. He lived
A
for over
horse? Oh.
yeah, he lived over 25 years old. He
Wow.
was
Do horses
old.
live that long? I don't know anything about
Normally,
horses.
if I remember correctly, horses' average lifespan is around 20 to 21 years. He
Oh,
lived to
okay.
25 and he had to
Oh,
get put down.
amazing.
He had to get put
Oh.
down because he had some kind of bacteria on his face that was eating away his face.
Oh, baby.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, and when I was a kid, and well, I don't recall doing this because I was a
Mhm.
baby. My mother sat on the horse, she got bucked off. My uncle sat on a horse, he got bucked off. Everyone tried riding this horse, they were getting bucked off. My aunt gets on the horse, nothing.
Of
No
course.
problem, nothing. She was confident enough where she actually took me and held me on this horse. The horse didn't buck or nothing. And it's like
Wow.
the people were thinking like, okay, if he was up there alone, obviously that horse would have kicked. If I wouldn't have been able to fall off, that horse probably would
Yeah.
have kicked me off. But he
Yeah.
trusted her enough to where she could choose who he should trust.
Yeah.
And, that's just how that was. And it kind
Wow.
of leads to like how my dogs were too, where I'd go, come, they would come to me. If they were
Mhm.
outside and everyone else would be like, hey, come here, come on, got a treat. Nothing. I go, come. They'd run to me. She could be,
Oh, I love
she
that.
she'd sometimes have to go to this farm or a place that stabled horses or housed horses.
Mhm.
And the people be going, Ibn, come on, Ibn, come on. Nothing. She'd go out and I hear just do a little whistle. I can't remember the whistle is, how it sounded. But all of a sudden, here comes Ibn. Could be, I don't know how big this field is. He's just bolting all the way over. And it's like, he's
Cute.
here and he would stand right next to her. And if he was mad at her, he would lean against her. Not slightly. I mean, he was putting a lot of weight onto her. Where there's times he's fallen onto her. Not hurt her, but made her where she's falling over, then he's standing over her and that stuff, and then he just like walks away like, that's what you get, bitch, for not being around me. Like I said, I got 1,001 stories of pets,
I love
and
it.
stuff like that. So I always have time. That might have to be an episode. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah,
Who
should.
knows?
That's a
But
good idea.
I know we're getting way off topic.
Yeah, we are.
Thanks a
I
lot.
was like, like I said, I will not stop you if you start talking about animals. I will
Oh,
not
yeah.
stop you.
Hell
So
yeah. Hell yeah. No, I agree. Hell yeah. But
yeah, I can't wait to kind of decide on what I'm gonna do.
I'm
moving
excited
forward
for
if
you, to be honest. I really am.
Thanks.
It's like, I know you're talking about your community. It's like, obviously I'm part of your community, and it's like, I may not be
Yeah.
active, but I lurk, I watch. And
No, you are. Oh my god.
and it's like
100%.
I love watching and seeing stuff from the sidelines, and it's like I love seeing like how you post your stuff about your cats and your cats being in your streams, and
yeah.
it's like I look forward to seeing what kind of animal you get. Part of me says get a dog.
Yeah.
Part of me says you should, but at the same time though too,
Yeah.
I don't know how your cats are going to handle a dog. You don't know how the dog's
So-
going to handle the cats.
Yeah, so my my cats actually grew up with dogs because when I lived with my parents, we had dogs. So they were little dogs.
Mhm.
Just like I feel like it was important to say that. I don't know why.
That's fine.
But so they are familiar with dogs and like how they are. Now, they don't love being around dogs, but they also don't hate it. So, I think we can manage. And at least I hope so. I think if it's a puppy, it would be a different story, and I could train the puppy to like be friendly with the cats and then whatever.
Mhm.
The issue that I had when I lived at home was my parents weren't very good at training our dogs. So they just would bark at everything. They would chase the cats around. And like, so my cats were like, okay, every time that I come over by them, they chase me. So of course I'm not going to like them. Like it was
Mhm.
just common sense, But yeah, anyways, other New Year's resolutions that people don't uphold. Is that what our topic is?
Somewhat
or just,
like
or
the
just in
common ones,
general?
and people like now we can go with like outrageous one, like like I said, like people are gonna go to the gym. It's like if some of them, now I'm not saying at all, but some people do go to the gym, getting like a month or 2 month subscription or whatever membership, whatever they're called, and then you just stop. It's like, I get it, but yeah, that one to me is outrageous.
I think like I mentioned before, people when they make these goals, I think that they really think they're gonna hold on to it and they're gonna stick with it. And maybe they do it for the clout, you never know. Like some people, people love to post about their lives and what's happening and what they're doing and what they're
God,
eating and
yeah, just gonna say
what goals they're making and how when all they do is write in their journal and then it's changed their entire life, like whatever, to each their own.
Yep.
So, and I think the gym is one of them. And maybe, maybe you and I are being massive gym haters right now because we both don't go to the gym.
See, I've like not to cut you off real quick, but it's like I used to. At one point in time, I did, and I
Okay.
tried a lot of stuff. Like like I said, I wanted to lose the belly and that stuff, and it's like, okay, if I cut back on my drinking, and if I cut back on portions, you know, and stuff like that, where I was down to eating once a day, and it's like I wasn't losing weight. Like I've
Okay.
tried, like I was, like I mean, I was losing weight, but I wasn't losing the stomach. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I don't
Oh
know
my
why I
God. Yep.
can't lose this. I'm like, all right. So I stopped going to the gym, and I'm like, well, I start going for walks, and that helped a lot, like
Yeah.
immensely a lot.
Yeah.
My legs, I mean, not to be, you know, America's next top muscular leg model, but if I flex my leg, yeah.
I'm dead.
Uh,
No, it's funny that you say that because like the about your belly because that is like the hardest thing to get rid of. Like
oh
I've
yeah.
struggled with that.
The
My
fuck? I'm
listen.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah, I'm really good at hiding it. Like I'm not walking around saying, "Hey, everybody, look at my belly." Like I'm very good at. I know my angles. I know it looks good on me. Like, but of all the places in my body or on my body or around my body, whatever you want to call it, in my body doesn't sound right. But my body, of all places of my body,
All places inside
within,
has to be nice.
around, about, above,
Gotta be
above,
nice.
so below.
Action.
Yeah. Listen, I that is the area that like if I have tried so hard to tone and to like lose a little bit of fat there because I listen, when I fucking smoke weed, I eat everything in my
Okay.
apartment. I
Okay.
am like that's why I don't go grocery shopping anymore because as soon as I buy groceries and I smoke, $200 goes down the drain in a matter of 3 minutes.
Damn.
Okay? And
Okay.
I'm sick of doing that. I'm
Okay.
really sick of it.
So are you thinking of quitting like the weed, or are you just quitting on the?
So I did quit weed for a while and it
Okay.
helped. I lost some weight and like I wasn't eating crap all the time. It wasn't even crap. Like I was eating like foods that were fine, like they weren't terrible, but it was because the quantity was like
Mm-hmm.
ridiculous because I would
Mm-hmm.
eat when I wasn't even hungry. I was just
Mm-hmm.
eating because that's what happens when you get high. You just eat everything.
Mm-hmm.
Um
Yep.
And then recently, I was like having trouble sleeping again, which is one of the reasons why I had smoked weed in the first place. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it again. Like, I'll just practice self control. No, there's no such thing when you're under the influence of marijuana.
Right.
Like, self
Right.
control does not exist.
I get you. I get you. Have you ever tried using any other sleep aids? Like there's like sleep medicine or like sleep gummies or whatever.
Yeah, like I'll if I'm having trouble, I'll definitely take like melatonin, which
Okay.
has always been very successful. The only thing is that when I wake up the next morning, I'm very groggy and like I almost have a headache too, which is really
Okay.
annoying. Whereas weed has never done that to
I
me.
get you. I get you.
And let's be honest, like I love getting the little giggles and like, you know, all the other like effects of it as well, you know, the euphoric sort of feelings and
Mm.
whatnot. So
Mm.
there are other perks to it.
Right.
It's not just the sleep thing. Um uh so, you know, that's why I've been it's I kind of pick and choose like one day I'll smoke, one day I won't or whatever. I'm just
Oh,
kind of all over the place.
hey, that's all
Um
right. That's all
yeah, I
right.
feel like it is. I do. I feel like it
Yeah.
is.
Like I'll admit this. Like in the past, like this is in the past. You know, like
Okay.
I used to smoke cigarettes, and I was at the point to where I
Mm,
was 3 packs a day. Like I
bruh.
was bad.
Yeah, you
And
were.
I one day I'm like, I can't do this. I can't afford it. Everything tastes like shit. I stink. I can't do this. I
Mm-hmm.
stopped. I dropped it. Cold
You
turkey.
stopped,
No,
dropped, and rolled?
like I said, there was a cliffside and that cliff barreled in. It didn't barrel out like a hill, like it went in. So if I knew there was a drop, there was no turning around and reaching back. It was just a
Damn.
straight plummet. That's how hard I dropped it. And I even tried vaping for a bit, and
Oh,
I even
okay.
went to non-nicotine type vape, and that just once I got that taste again, like no,
No?
I
Okay.
have learned. It's like, and I'm not saying like, hey, you know, if people do weed, that's perfectly fine. I've done edibles, you know, and stuff like that and everything, and I
Mm-hmm.
learned the hard way with edibles that I am not always there. The lights are
Yeah.
on, but I'm definitely not home.
No one's home.
Um, but again, I don't do it on a regular basis. I mean, it's probably been a month since I last ever done one, but it is what it is, you know. And it's like I know
Yeah.
where I'm gonna be, I know what's going on, type of deal.
Yeah.
Um, but anyways, like I was saying, once I quit that stuff or quit smoking,
Mm-hmm.
everything tasted better. Everything
Hmm.
smelled better and it felt better. My downside is
Nice.
like, I started eating even when I'm not hungry. That's to cure boredom.
Mm.
And it's like, okay,
Ah.
I'm like, all right, I got to find something else to do. So that's when I started doing more of my content. I've been getting back into drawing, for God's sakes, to kind of help
I
cure my
love that.
boredom. And it's like graphic and all that crap. And it's like,
Love
that's
that.
that's the big thing is I kind of quit drinking. I'm not
Okay.
staying completely sober,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna make it to where like $400 worth of alcohol won't disappear in a night.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good.
Because like that's usually me
It's a
on
good
a
idea,
good that's me
probably.
on a good end.
Oh
If
my
I'm like, all right,
god.
we're drinking tonight, boys, whatever, we're gonna play Call of Duty or watch a movie, and every time
Yeah.
this person swears, take a shot. Well,
Oh
we just
snap.
started we just started watching Jackass, and every time they got hurt, take a shot. Well,
Oh God.
four hundred
Okay. Yeah.
dollars
You set
later,
yourself up for failure with that one. I'm sorry. Like
$400
you knew what
later.
you knew what you were getting into by setting that up.
Yep, 20 minutes of the movie, we're already down 10 bottles.
Yeah, sounds about right.
10
Damn.
bottles each.
Oh my God.
And it's like, man. But yeah, like I said, like I said, there's a lot of ups, there's a lot of downs, and it is what it
Yeah.
is though, because you're doing your thing, and
Yeah.
this is gonna kind of lead back to like a thing that's obnoxious is people will push their resolutions onto you. So if
Mhm.
someone like say like if you mention like, oh, I smoke weed, I
Mhm.
guarantee if you mention to that one person, they're gonna say, well, your resolution should be to quit. It's like, who gives a fuck? Doesn't affect
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. I always like I feel like nowadays weed is like more widely accepted and like people
Mm,
don't think like even both of my parents smoke, so I've never felt like in my adult years, let me
mm-hmm,
clarify that. In my adult years, I've never felt like someone would actually say that to me. Like cigarettes, yeah. I mean, granted, I don't smoke cigarettes, so and I think I only had like once or twice during like when I was like really drunk or something when I was younger.
mm,
Um, but yeah, I don't foresee that being something that someone would push on me. I do know that eating better, eating healthier in general, eating in general, like actual meals and not cheese and crackers and calling it a dinner, which is what I did right before this podcast. Um, is more likely. It is more likely that that is what people will get on me for. I think.
okay.
Um, in this in my lifetime and at this time in my life I think um that is something actually now that I'm glad we've expanded because I can agree that that is something that I need to set as somewhat of a resolution or some kind of goal because um I it's such a bad habit. I just don't eat very well. And I eat like a child. Like I eat little snacks here and there. And then I'm like, okay, I'm good for a couple hours. And then I'll get hungry again. I'm like, let me nibble on this now. But I don't sit there and be like, all right, it's time to cook dinner. Let me get some pasta. Let me start the boiling water. I'm like, ugh, I don't want to do that. I'm such a crybaby. Like, I don't cook. So anyone out there that is interested in dating me, just know that I'm not gonna cook for you. Sorry. Um, um, and yeah, I don't know where I was going with that actually.
Nope, that's perfectly fine. Like I don't blame you. Like when it comes to that stuff, like I don't blame you. Like I see I can cook. I'm the type though where I can,
Nice.
but like 99% of my cooking is just throw it in the microwave because it's easier. But
Yeah, no, that I can definitely relate to. That is me. That is me all the way.
like if I know I'm gonna have people over or guests or something, that's a
hmm
whole nother story.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm not, yeah, I can change my ways when guests come over. Like I know like what's appropriate, you know.
Yeah.
Um But yeah, like I will say that it's a very bad habit of mine to just not eat very well. So
Okay.
I would like to fix that. I would like to be better with that. I would like to eat better and actually eat full meals. And yeah, no
Okay.
matter how I get there, whether I cook it myself or I find somebody else to cook it for me. But I would like to eat not snacks all the time. I think that's a good idea probably for myself.
Okay. Okay. I believe in you. I definitely
Thank
believe in
you.
you. I know you could do it.
Thank
You
you.
know,
Thank
it's
you.
like I said, it's gonna be a pain in the ass, but you'll
Yeah.
get it. You'll
Thank you.
get it.
I appreciate it.
And that's by all means. But wait, what?
Okay, so eating healthier is definitely something that we can say is people tend to like
Yes.
put that as their resolution.
Yes. Yes. Eating healthier is one, and unfortunately, a lot of people do not do it. They do not follow it. They do
Yeah.
not go with it. As much as we would love to have them be able to go with it, they will not.
As much as we're rooting for them out there.
Yeah, and we know, unfortunately, they will not. But we'll do. Let's see. We're at an hour. Holy shit, already.
Oh,
Let's
nice.
see. What else is there? Any more that's really like common?
Resolution.
I can't really think of any other really common ones besides everyone going to the gym, eating better, losing weight.
You said like okay, getting a pet, date
Getting a
like
pet.
finding their person,
Yep,
dating someone or
finding
whatever.
someone.
Hmm.
I think the only really other one would be like,
Maybe like getting another job or getting a promotion, getting like a promotion at their job, probably.
yeah, maybe that could be one.
I think people do like tend to say like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna get this promotion or I'm gonna change my career path or something like that." Like I think people like to set that for themselves, which is nice. I think it's a nice goal to have.
Right, you're not wrong.
If they're unhappy with whatever it is that they're currently doing, of course, you know.
Yeah, yeah, nope, I agree with that. I agree with that. Yeah, no, that's gonna be yeah, that's gonna be interesting to find out. I can't really think of any other ones, but so with that being the case then, unless you could think of any others.
Nope. That was
No?
it.
All right.
Nope,
Well
brain's
then
not braining anymore.
all right, so then we'll lead into our next topic and questionnaire is hobbies. Our next episode is called Hobbies. Episode 19, we're on the second to last episode. We're going to have one more episode and that stuff. It's going to be a bullshit podcast. We're going to try to get as much people as we possibly can to a point. Maybe like have maybe like 5, 6 of us. Who knows? We'll figure it out. We got time where we're going to
Nice.
sit down and we're just going to bullshit. We're going to talk about random stuff, talk about things that have gone on so far. Maybe go over some
Mhm.
announcements, stuff that you guys will see coming on to the next season of the podcast and stuff like that. We'll figure it out. You know, it's a bullshit podcast. We're gonna figure it out. But the next episode 19, is hobbies, and of course, I have 2 questions. This is a 2 questionnaire for you.
Hmm.
What is your one hobby that you think no one else does, or that's not
Hmm.
common? You know, I mean, I'm not talking like, oh, I paint or I draw or I collect rocks. Like, what's a really you think is a rare hobby that you do that
Hmm.
you think no one else does?
I like
And
that. I like
another
that
one
question.
is, what's a hobby you think isn't a hobby?
Ah,
Because there are some people
okay.
think, oh, it's a hobby when you know, no, this is not a hobby.
This is something that you should be doing, anyways.
Yeah, this is something either you should be doing or this is something that's wrong. I'll leave that up. I'll leave that as an open ending on that one. But
Yeah,
without
okay.
further ado, I want to say thank you all for watching or not watching, listening to us. And like always, as we end ours, if you are still here, then apparently you are strong enough to deal with your feelings. We appreciate you listening to our bullshit and that stuff. I'm Z.
And I'm in.
Thank you so much and have a great night, everybody. Happy New Year.
Bye.
Bye
Happy New
bye.
Year. Bye.
Bye bye.